Anyways, good morning, everybody. Good morning. What is it good morning
God,
for?
you are nowhere near
It's nowhere
awake.
near morning. Jesus. Hello, everyone. It's Thomas from the Booze and BJJ podcast. Um, this is awkward, but it'll have to work. Saturday edition. I just had my birthday yesterday. I'm 1 year older. I don't know if I'm a year wiser, but I'm definitely a year older. Frankie, how are you?
Good. A lot better than you are actually right now, with not knowing where you're at. And it's true, guys. Sometimes he doesn't know where he's at or what day it is. So,
I I haven't told you what happened to me this week, so you may want to hold
uh,
off on that evaluation.
oh, all right. Let's start the show.
Oh
People
man,
want to see us.
you first.
Okay.
How you doing this week? Did you get to train or anything?
No training, unfortunately. I'll probably start that next month.
If Hey
Um,
Frankie, real
be,
quick,
yeah.
don't move your phone, but scoot over to your left a little bit.
Uh,
Keep going.
uh,
Yeah, adjust your chair to right there, and you're in screen.
better.
Yep, that's
Is it
perfect.
is it is it your screen or my screen? Because my screen now is perfect.
On Twitch, you were because the way that Twitch is streaming,
Okay,
you were a little bit off, but now you're good.
so I'm
Anyways,
I'm good now.
yeah,
Okay.
continue.
Yeah. I taught Monday. Unfortunately, guys, I got food poisoning. Yeah, ate something bad, and well, that was the end of that week. Well, Tuesday I felt okay. Tuesday morning I felt okay. After lunch, no bueno. I started feeling sick, and I was like, oh no, and I was like, COVID, and I was like, no way. So then Tuesday night came along, and forget about it. Everything came out.
Oh my.
And yeah, I couldn't teach Wednesday to recover, and today I actually feel 100% today. So, and we're back to drinking Coke and rum.
You know what? I would kill for a Coke and rum right now. So for me, I think it was Monday or Tuesday night. My left arm, my left leg, from the knee to my ankle into my foot, and part of my right leg swelled up. Like I looked like I'd been stung by bees.
What
So
happened?
no idea. I went.
Hmm.
My doctor thought it was maybe blood clots or something. But I went and got checked out, and they're like, "Yeah, nope, that's not it. We don't know what it is." So yeah,
My,
it didn't hurt. It didn't bother me, except for it felt like the swelling feeling, which is nothing. So eventually, I just got tired of it, tired of waiting around, and I was like, "Well, I'm gonna go train." So I went and trained Thursday, and then Friday, and then today.
and it, and I went away.
Yeah, like this morning it was still a little bit noticeable, but after the open mat that I was at, my foot and leg are basically 100% fine. Like just a little bit of
Maybe
swelling.
allergic to something.
I might
Maybe
be.
allergic to something.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. When I have an allergic reaction, no, I get like hives and stuff. So,
Yeah.
and I had none of that.
Yeah. No, I mean, when I was younger, I used to be like allergic to like, I'm still am like shrimp, shrimp only, which is weird because crab I'm okay,
Mm.
lobster I'm okay, everything else I'm okay. Shrimp, for some reason, just shrimp kills me, kills me. But I used to be like allergic to mangoes and like oranges, citrusy like that. I used to get like big nasty rashes like that. Like I had like some STD at 3 years old and stuff like that. Yeah, but got rid of that got rid of that and started. Yeah, the only thing that sticks with me now is the shrimp and cats, but that's whatever. I just take some Benadryl or some Zyrtex.
Did you say
That'd be good.
cat?
Yeah, I'm allergic to cats.
Oh, okay. Like
Uh,
you haven't tried eating a cat, have you?
no, I've tried some weird stuff though back in my days. Well, yeah, back
Yeah.
in my days. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
So you had some yeah, I think you had a you said you had something a topic you wanted to bring up.
yes, yes. So I was talking to great master at and we're talking about training and expectations and stuff like that. I think they and I see it, and like our younger generation now is so into winning that they don't know how to lose.
Yes. Yeah, I think
But and then,
Frankie?
which say
No, you
yes,
you
I'm
cut out
still
there.
here.
You cut out there for a second.
Oh, did I?
I think you're back.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now? Like the commercial? Can you hear me now?
Stop it.
Anyways, like so yeah, like our younger generation now is so, and it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to have that mentality to be winners, 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 winners. But the moment that you lose, what happens? Are you gonna quit? Are you gonna come back? Are you gonna train harder? And this is where we start losing people. Okay, this is where we start losing motivation and stuff. It's like, man, I lost. I've seen one guy like fight and lost, and man, did he? And when he took that loss very very hard, very very hard. Took him a good minute to bounce back, but then when he bounced back, he was good 100%. So what I'm trying to say in the topic tonight is, well, at least this little part. Why are we not training to fail? Why are we not training to lose? Like, okay, we train to win, correct?
Right. Yeah. Right. Basically, yeah.
Yeah, right. But um, what happens when we lose? What's that mentality? What's that mindset? Where does that motivation go? All this other stuff. And I started going back to my old training when I used to lift and stuff like that. And it's like lifting, right? And bodybuilding. We're lifting and bodybuilding, and you wanna kill 20 sets, right? 20 reps. Boom, you kill the 20 reps. All right, let's do it again. You know, by the third set, you don't kill that 20 rep. What happened? Right? So then we start training and training and training and training and training and training. That's the mindset that we should have now. That okay, we failed, we sucked that day, but what do we need to fix? Let's fix the problem. And this is why I like being on bottom now, and or don't like to be on bottom when we're doing jiu-jitsu. More as I'm more comfortable now because I'm like, okay, don't panic, don't worry, because I used to like tense up and panic and like, oh, I'm gonna get choked out here now, and yeah, just you know, need to push through those uh, tough times. I guess the saying, putting yourself in an uncomfortable position to be in a comfortable position is means a lot. So, what do you think?
So I I talked to somebody about this. I don't maybe a number of different people, but when I started BJJ, I was what, mid 30s, you know.
Was it mid 30s? I think you were early 30s.
No,
You've been doing this.
I was 36. I was like the
Really?
old, yeah, me and Wale were the two old guys in the room.
Okay.
But, one of the reasons why me and Wale are good friends is because, he'd squish me. I'd be like, cool, let's go again. I'd squish him. Cool, let's go again. Some of the younger guys that we would square up against, like, unless they were on top submitting people or squishing people, like when they were put in an uncomfortable position or a position where they got ended up getting submitted, or just any moment in time where they were rolling or practicing where everything didn't go their way, you could see that like a bit of either defeat, disdain, or anger in their face, and I never understood
Uh-huh.
why that was until I realized, like, if you just look at society as a whole, the younger generations are starting to want to just get everything and win more. Like, I
Uh-huh.
can't tell you how many times a new person has walked through the front door of the gym, signed up, put on a gi, and then got angry that they couldn't beat me.
Uh-huh.
And the reason why they I thought always thought it was an age thing. It's like, oh, this older guy, he's a little bit out of shape looking, he's got a little bit of a belly. I should be able to beat him. But as I think about it, it's like an instant gratification thing.
Correct.
They
Correct.
don't know how to handle loss. Me, Wale, you, etc. If we lose, if we get in a losing position, we work it out. Like we look up a YouTube video, we ask
Uh-huh.
somebody, we get we
Right.
in my case, I would intentionally start from the position that I had problems in until I figured it out.
Uh-huh.
You know, but to me, losing is nothing. What
Yeah, no.
so as
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Go ahead.
but like that's something I think that's lost on the younger generations. And I'm not saying that's specifically a younger generation thing. There's a lot of folks our ages and a little bit older. There's not as many who are still the same way.
Uh-huh.
So, a lot of people, that's true. Yeah. Bellamy said, and it starts so early. Look, in school, you always have to be the best and all. That's true. That's exactly
Yeah, no,
right.
you do. Um, but I mean, for the people that are watching this, it's like you guys need to realize like failure is not a bad thing. Okay, in anything, work, relationship, training, life to life things. We all go through failures in one way or another, and you might not really see it, but when it's there, when it presents itself, you need to figure it out. We need to. I mean, figuring it out doesn't mean okay, I'm going to do it myself. No, ask for help. If I failed at something, who am I going to go looking for? Right? Thomas. Hey, Thomas. Hey, man, listen, I get armbarred here, or I get armbarred in this position, or I get choked out in this position, or I lose this position. What do I do? And that's where little things need to change. Okay,
Hmm.
and we practice that even in relationships, right? All right, we failed in this relationship. Okay, yes, we try to fix it while we're there, but if it didn't work, part that ways, fix yourself after that, and then attempt go into another relationship, but go in different. Okay, at work, once again, oh man, I messed up at work. All right, we're gonna fix that. Don't repeat that same thing over and over and over and over and over. So have that mindset that failure is not a bad thing, losing is not a bad thing, stuff like that.
Hmm.
I mean, training is not losing in training is not a bad thing. This is where we're learning. In training, you make your mistakes, you make your errors. Thomas is going to put you in a chokehold while listening to Queens. That's frustrating. I got frustrated, but at the end of the day, it's like, you know what? I was more so focused, and it was a great tactic, and like, singing while rolling, like come on, but hey, that's something I need to like, hey, focus more, and stuff like that. But it's a really it's this younger generation needs to learn that nothing's instant gratification sometimes. I mean, yes, nowadays things are quick, right? Information, media, you know, what's happening, news, whatever, everything is fast nowadays. But y'all need to learn how to slow down sometimes on some things. Take it back and truck forward after you learn your mistakes.
So,
Well said.
yeah, well said. I I don't know if I'll tell you who it is later. I don't know if you remember who this young lady is, but remember I brought up the young lady who quit BJJ after 2 weeks because she couldn't find
Yes.
a guy who would go full out on her.
Yes.
She quit BJJ again because she
Mm.
found out how long it takes to get a black belt.
Yeah.
She said, and I was chit chatting with her, and she was like, "Well, I heard it takes 10 years." I said, "Yeah, that's how long it takes in this martial art to get a black belt." She goes, "Why would anybody commit that much time to one thing?" And it was a question that perplexed me. It's like, well, most things that are worth doing take a very long time to learn. You don't become a master painter in a year. You don't become a master musician in 5 years. You have to take time to learn it. Even judo. How long does it take to get a black belt? 4, 5 years. You know,
Mhm.
I think that's why, and if you think about it, I think that's why like Taekwondo is so diluted right now because they catered
Mhm.
to people not wanting to put the time in, and that's why you have like 11-year-olds, 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds running around with black belts. Like, are they really black belts? Like, does the amount of knowledge of Taekwondo that they have actually going to help them in, say, a self defense situation at 8, 9, 10, 11? Maybe, maybe not. But, it's just,
Yeah, like,
you have to put the time in. And part of putting that
yeah.
time in is failing at something.
Hmm. And like, back to that Taekwondo stuff, man. Like, how much mat time or like competition time have you had for those black belts? I think Taekwondo needs to go back into the old ways a little bit. They need to slow down because everybody opens up a Taekwondo school now, showing how to kick and punch and something. All right, yeah, there's technique to it, but like there's a few to none gyms, and we're probably going to get backlash on this too, but there's a few to none gyms that actually teach good Taekwondo. You know, I know a good friend of mine. Name is Megan. Remember Megan,
Yeah.
right? Yeah,
Yeah, I remember Megan.
yeah, I think she's a really good Taekwondo. She does really good Taekwondo. And she's been doing it for a long time, but she put in the time and work to it. And I've seen her spar too in Muay Thai and put the time and work for that too. Um, Unfortunately, she got injured and stuff like that and had to stop training. But that girl had skills. And but there's some schools out there that just are just just money. Um, and as well taking time, right? Um, what's the divorce rate nowadays in marriage? Can you
Uh,
answer that? Like, can you look
yeah,
that up real quick?
I actually can tell you. It's
Yeah, like 80%, 85%.
it's 50% overall, but in some
Hmm.
demographics, the marriage rate is only 25%, but the divorce rate of that
Hmm.
25% is 80%.
Yeah. So, you hear these people getting, oh, we got married at 22, 23, blah, blah. That's fine. Okay. Back in 1950 or 60s, when, you got excited for a kiss. You got excited when you held a girl's hand, you know? But nowadays, with dating apps, sorry to say this, y'all, but dating apps is garbage. Okay. Divorce happens so quickly. nowadays because everything moves so quickly. Take your time, make your mistakes, fix your mistakes with your partner, talk with your partner, understand your partner. You know, sometimes things happen. I've been in some failed relationships, unfortunately. I mean, it sucks, and sometimes I gotta admit my mistakes. But that's a whole different topic on that. But learning how to live with your mistakes and moving forward, I think that's the real trick and the real hard part, and admitting your mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
And then moving forward. If you can move forward from that, okay, don't look in the past though. You're the only reason why you should look in the past is the lesson that you learned. But
Mm-hmm.
other than that, don't even look at it.
You know, um, there's a couple guys I know have quit because they thought jujitsu was just too hard, and it makes me wonder. It's like, have you never done anything hard in your life? And it's not anything negative towards them, but a lot of the things that I have right now began uh, began with needing to attain something that wasn't easy. You know, for example, most people graduate college in 4 years. It took me 10 because I had to pay for it myself. I didn't give up, but I know some people who go down that path and they give up.
Yeah.
That's in the long run, that's not a hard thing if you can do it. These
Mm-hmm.
people made more money than me and then they stopped. They gave up and never went back. But, you know, I don't it's weird. There's like a mental fortitude or a mental toughness that just seems to be it seems to be becoming less and less common, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Bellamy says reflect yourself and be honest to yourself. That's true. That
Yeah.
self-reflection is something that's also missing. You know, like going back to jujitsu, like I lost my first competition. I lost all four of the matches I was in, and I lost
Mm-hmm.
bad. I'm talking, I got submitted 3 out of 4 times. My second one, same thing. I no second one I won one match, but the other 3 or 4, it was lights out. But
Mm-hmm.
that's the way it goes. I looked around and evaluated the situation. I was the oldest guy in my bracket, and I was the smallest guy in my bracket. And, these guys were way more athletic than I was. And that's just the way that the dice rolled. You know,
Yeah.
did it deter me? No. Did it sting? A little bit. Does that mean I'm going to quit? Hell no.
Yeah. I got frustrated. I got frustrated. Actually, when I was sparring Matsugi the second time, he hit me pretty hard that time. But he was training for a fight. He hit me pretty hard, and I saw some lights.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy that was coaching that night, he said, "Get back in there. Get back in there." And being Mr. Macho when I was young and I didn't know anybody, I go back in there, takes me down again, boom, lights again. At that point, I got so mad and so bad. It was so bad that I threw my guns into my headgear. But I wasn't mad at Matsugi for doing that. I got frustrated that I was seeing lights, but what I got frustrated is that my trainer was at the time, he didn't he didn't acknowledge my safety,
Mm-hmm.
right? So once if you're failing, I'm not gonna make fun of you for failing,
Mm-hmm.
right? I need to support you. I need to help you. Be like, hey, let me help you out with this kid. Let me help you out with this girl, you know, or whatever. Because that it was pretty bad, and I
Frankie, you're cutting out.
watch out for me. You're supposed to watch out for my being. I can't hear you, but
I was just saying you were cutting out.
I think it's your. Oh, was that? Maybe it's hold on. Maybe it's because I'm still on Wi-Fi. Hold on. No, it should be okay. I don't know why. What's going on? But yeah, no, I mean, am I cutting out again?
No, your audio is fine. Your video is choppy, but that's okay.
Um, yeah, I messaged the guy and I was like, listen, man, I was like, you're supposed to take care of me. You're supposed to be there and make sure none of us get hurt, and especially, when I can't afford to, you know, to be brain dead. Like, come on, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to learn from that the hard way, and I was upset. And eventually, I talked to the right people, and that brought me back. Um, but that was a lesson learned. And to this day, I'm still learning. And speaking of you guys, black belts and whatnot, those guys are still training. Cause what's next after black belt?
Like like jujitsu is like it's unique in martial arts because it's ever expanding. Like there's always new
Yeah.
techniques, new systems and whatnot that are added to it. So
Mm-hmm.
and this is something I wanted to talk about tonight. Well, like leg locks and no gi jujitsu. Yeah, leg locks period were very very frowned upon years ago. But now for no gi jujitsu, that's the new hotness. You see
Yeah.
a lot of the high level matches are starting to end up in a leg lock scramble, so to speak.
Which my opinion on that is I think that's like a cheap way out, okay? And this is why. With your hands, you can protect yourself at all times, right? With legs, not so much, right? Not
Hmm.
so much. I believe. Okay. And this is why if you're a high level and you're leg locking somebody, kind of a cheap way out. Me. That's me though. Other people might think differently. But it's like that whole pulling guard thing, right?
Hmm.
Why would you give up a position just to? I mean, yeah, people might think that they control it, but I don't know, man. That's a tough one. But to me, I don't like it when people do leg locks. It's like,
So yeah, so like Red said
uh,
in chat, he says, just train with your legs to be your hands.
yes, but with my hands, I can do this.
I
I can't close my feet all the way like that. I don't got those kind of toes, man. I got chubby little stubby toes.
but I just see it as like another, it's just another tool set available, right?
Mhm.
But you know, if you want to do leg locks, do leg locks. If you want to do butterfly guard exclusively, do that. Do whatever like suits you. But what I've noticed is like the guys that are doing all that leg lock system at ADCC and et cetera, et cetera, there's new guys who see that and see the success that they have with that, and they're going to gyms and all they want to do is learn leg locking. And so
Mhm.
they're kind of neglecting everything else in jiu-jitsu just to learn that specific skill set. But
Mhm.
the crazy thing is it gets discouraging for them because if they can't get the entry to attack your leg, they're like fish out of water. It's just
Mhm.
like there's this one guy who I used to train with, love him to death, who claimed to be a wrist lock specialist, but his guard passing suffered, his submissions, all his other submissions suffered, and all he would do is just fish for your wrists. It's like it was annoying. It's like, can you do something
Mhm.
else?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's you need to be well rounded. You can't just okay. If I'm like my thing was pressure, 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 pressure. My thing was always um, what was that one I would always try to do? Armbar, armbar, armbar all the time, armbar all the time, just you know, There's other things, and I'm still learning on it, but you need to be well rounded on everything. Like And some of these Muay Thai fights. There's some guys that just don't know how to clinch. Yeah, they're amazing at striking and kicking and blah blah, but the moment the clinch comes in, pff, everything out the window. It's like, come on, man, we need to be well rounded here. So yeah, that's an interesting one, man. I mean, it looks cool, man. I've seen some guys, they do the whole like spin twist from the bottom and come up and do that snake anaconda thing. Look, that looks dope. There's nothing wrong with that. Cool. But how often can you pull that off? And then what do you do after that? What happens if they did defend that? You're done.
Did you see what happened to Ryan Hall in that one fight where he tried an Imanari roll?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
But,
I when it works, but if it doesn't work,
yeah. It's like that tornado kick. Okay, I taught a tornado kick the other night. Okay, like that. It's like a Taekwondo tornado kick, right? Um, I've only landed that maybe once or twice, and that's because I was some beginner kid, whatever. But at a high level, you're not doing that kind of stuff. You're not. You can't. You need to be well rounded when it comes to the things. So it's cool, whatever, but you know, be well rounded.
So Red in chat says you always got to work on your weaknesses. Yes, and
Yes, very true.
I think it would like something that I like to do is I like to start from a position that I know that I have a huge problem with, and I'll probably get smashed, submitted 8, 9, 10 times until a 5 minute roll until I figure it out and I start figuring
Yeah,
it out.
yeah,
You know, it's just up and up from there. But
yeah.
again, you got to fail to succeed.
Right. And you know, uh, just yeah, just that's pretty much it. Just yeah, and God, I lost my train of thought. I was gonna say something. God, sorry. Go ahead. Dang.
So, yeah, failure is just
Yeah.
part of the game, part of life.
Yeah.
So,
Even sorry. Now I remember what I was gonna say. Even high level black belts, you know, fail and do stuff like that. And but like I said, those guys are well rounded. But who's better than a black belt?
a coral belt.
Is it?
Oh, I mean, yeah, there's above black belt in jujitsu, there's
Uh,
coral belts and red belts.
and then what else is after that?
Jesus.
Isn't it grandmaster?
No. So above black belt is a coral belt and then red
Yeah.
belt, but you the amount of time you have to spend training jujitsu after black belt to get those is like 30 plus
So
years or so.
so what's a grandmaster?
Yes.
Is it higher than coral belt?
I don't know. I don't think there's an official title of grandmaster in jujitsu.
Yeah, there is.
There is?
Gracie, the what's his the father of the Gracie Jiu Jitsu. He's grandmaster, I guess.
I,
Right?
I don't know. I didn't really look into it that deep.
I don't know. It sounds cool though. I would like to be called grandmaster one day, hopefully. Shit, Grandmaster Frankie.
I just I just want to be nicknamed Flash, so I'd be called Grandmaster Flash.
Isn't that rapper
He's like
back in the?
he's like an OG hip hop DJ.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
So, Frankie, um, I wanted to bring this up. You know, Mike Tyson?
Yes.
Did you know that he has recently released a
Wait,
boxing?
time out. Time out.
Wait.
How are you gonna ask? How are you gonna ask me? Do I know Mike Tyson?
Dude,
If I don't know, Mike Tyson, I shouldn't be on this podcast.
there are people who don't know who Michael Jackson is.
My daughter knows Michael Jackson, and she's not from our era or that era.
Dude, there's some new guys floating around the gym this week, and Michael Jackson started playing. I was like, man, it's actually pretty nice to hear some MJ in here. He goes, who's this? My head exploded.
Leave the gym. You're shunned away. Go do some hip hop music lessons
I
first.
I think he was trolling me, but
Okay. But yeah, go ahead back to the Mike Tyson.
uh,
Let's not get off topic real quick.
hold on. Red in chat goes, Michael Jackson, the basketball player. He's trolling me. I'm pretty sure he's trolling.
This red person is gonna test the Hulk.
But anyways, Mike Tyson.
Yes.
So Mike Tyson apparently has a boxing video on BJJfanatics.com. BJJ
Why?
Fanatics. What?
Why?
So I don't think that there's another platform for him to actually sell his boxing tutorial. Because think about it. There's BJJfanatics.com, Judo Fanatics, and then there's Wrestling Fanatics. All three of those websites sell their respective grappling arts instructional videos from various different people.
Mm-hmm.
So Mike Tyson apparently wanted to get in on it or wanted to do this tutorial. So he made one and it ended up being sold on BJJfanatics.com.
Wow.
But I was thinking about that and I was like, wow. So a boxing instructional is being sold on a jiu-jitsu site. So then I started thinking a little bit. And I started thinking about how like open of a martial art jiu-jitsu is. Because you can find guys who will add like influence from like wrestling, judo, sambo, etc. into their jiu-jitsu, and it makes it unique as a martial art because you could go to a competition and square off against somebody and not exactly know what flavor of jiu-jitsu you're going to get. You know, is it going to be like, is it going to be more of a pure pressure passing style? Is it going to be a wrestling style? Is it going to be something more agile? You know, there's also it's like a prism. Like which color are you going to get? And I was thinking about it, and I was like, so does that mean jujitsu as a martial art and as a community as a whole is more open minded than other martial arts communities? You know, because I don't know if, say, an Aikido fanatics.com, if that existed, would allow a boxing video to be sold on their website. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I don't know. Maybe if you're okay, you're a BJJ fanatic. Don't you like ever maybe want to get a taste of something different? Just a taste. Maybe that's a good opportunity to sell some. I don't know, man. I don't know what his mindset is. I know Mike Tyson is in a lot of stuff. I know he does like his cannabis and like he just started his own podcast and uh, he's in a lot of stuff. He's in a lot of stuff. But it's weird. It's like he must have seen something or heard something or somebody must have told him something to do it. And I don't know. How's it doing? Can you find out?
So I'm not exactly sure how to find out, but I saw an ad for it on Facebook. So it's an official thing. Like
Yeah.
they at least promoted it for a little bit.
Yeah.
But you know, it's it's one of those things. It's like, you know, a a jujitsu website is like, yeah, go ahead and sell your boxing tutorial through us. No big deal. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I just don't know any other martial art that would do that. And I don't know any martial art who has a fan base that would, or you know, practitioners base, whatever, that would be okay with that. Because I saw
Yeah.
no complaints in the comments of that ad. It was like, oh, cool. Looking forward to buying it.
Yeah. I have no clue, man, honestly speaking. But I mean, who knows? But I mean, Mike Tyson's like he's in a lot of stuff, man. That man is in a lot of stuff. But
I mean,
yeah,
do you think at minimum that shows that, you know, maybe that the jiu-jitsu community is just more tolerant of things that fall outside the
yeah,
norm?
yeah, oh yeah. But I mean, Mike Tyson likes like UFC and MMA stuff like that. You know, he's in a lot of those events. Um, Like the whole what was that one fight? That was the BMF belt. Remember that? Remember that fight? You know that fight? Anything about UFC like that?
A little bit. I don't watch it too much.
All right, so the BMF belt is the bad motherfucker belt, right? And they only make one. They only made one belt for this thing, and apparently Nick or
The
Nate
Diaz.
Diaz.
Mm-hmm.
Nate Diaz had it, all right, and he fought Masvidal for it. But the guy who was gonna wrap the belt was uh, Dwayne the Rock Johnson,
Mm-hmm.
right? Which Nate he lost that fight. You guys can see it whatever on the UFC. But he lost that fight, and The Rock put the belt around Masvidal. Nate goes into the press conference of that, like, F The Rock, blah 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 blah, and he was going hard. He goes, Mike Tyson's here. He should have been putting on the BMF belt and whatnot. So, and it's true, like the I don't see how The Rock, WWE person is putting a belt on a UFC fight. I think a boxer should have done it or something like that, but whatever.
I mean, I can see that for, like I was just saying in chat, could have been for promotional purposes, and the Mike Tyson thing on
Yeah,
BJJfanatics.com could also be a promotional thing. I mean,
yeah,
The Rock is
that's
gonna
it.
pull
But Mike
people.
Tyson's in there. Yeah, but I think Mike Tyson is more famous than The Rock. I believe.
Yes,
Yeah,
I don't know. I think it's a different kind of fame.
yeah.
The one's like an
It shocks me. It shocks me how a lot of MMA, like people that do BJJ and Muay Thai and all this stuff, they really don't follow that much UFC.
yeah. I think most of the guys who watch UFC are probably training at places where there's a lot of no-gi in terms of BJJ.
Or the gyms that teach MMA, which, ladies and gentlemen, MMA is not a martial arts discipline. MMA is mixed martial arts. So there's more than one martial arts. So
Hey,
it's not a actual discipline.
so that seems to be a common misconception. But then again, like a lot of people who don't hover around this
No.
realm or have any like
Yeah.
investment into it usually don't know that. Like
Yeah.
one of my aunts went to watch my cousin compete at Grappling Industries today, and she didn't understand what jujitsu was.
Yeah.
So poor Kempton got strangled, and apparently she was like,
Oh, Kempton competed today?
"Yeah, Kempton competed today."
Shit. How do you do?
Well, he lost all four of his matches, but at least he got
Okay.
points and stuff.
Okay.
I got out of four matches like 2 points in my first comp. It
Yeah.
sounded like he got to multiple positions at least or whatever that got him some points on the board, which is really good.
I don't even know what my points are. Can you look me up?
Not now. I'll look it up later.
All right.
But yeah, like I was wondering if my aunt Madeline went to go with him, but she did, and
Yeah.
she was like, "I can't watch that again."
Yeah.
I was like, "He's fine. We're professionals
Yeah,
or
my
amateur
daughter came to
professionals."
see. Yeah, my daughter came to see me. You could hear her in the background. Like whatever Massey was saying, she was saying the same thing. Like whatever he said, she said the same thing. And it was awesome.
So I
So
gotta find the video, but my first competition, Sarah was in the background like chit chatting with someone like while she was recording, and she was telling somebody I had a judo background. He's like, "Oh, which one is that again? That guy right there, the one that's that in the white gi? Oh, okay." It was the coach of my next opponent.
yeah.
So my second match, I was wondering why this guy just pulled guard on me. I was like, what? Did I telegraph something?
Yeah.
But
That's bad.
Yeah,
That's
but
bad. That's like telling the playbook to the team, yo. Don't do that.
yeah, but that was an interesting first tournament too. Like my first opponent um, was this tall, skinny guy with gray hair, and I went home, went to my dad's house. I was like, "Yeah, Dad, I got I lost, and this guy busted my lip open. That sob this and blah blah blah." Like I was mad because this dude like um, did a cross choke, but across my mouth, not across my
Mm.
neck. And I was showing my dad pictures, and I was like, "That's that guy right there." My dad goes, "That guy?" And I'm like, "Yeah, him." He goes, "I work with that guy at the Pentagon." I was like, "Seriously?" He's like, "Yeah, he's in the Navy. I'm gonna go talk to him tomorrow." But yeah, no joke. Like my dad worked with this guy. Like,
That's crazy.
yeah,
That's crazy. Are you going to the Open?
I plan on it. Yeah,
Are you going to compete on the Open?
I plan on it. Yeah.
Oh shoot. Okay. I don't know. I might hop on in on that one. We'll see.
I gotta start running because I need to beef up my legs a little bit.
Yeah, but how about swimming? Since your little knees are 1,000 years old.
I think I can. I think I can do running. I think as long as I have I'm gonna get another one of those, you know, cybernetic knee braces. I think those will help.
Yeah. Well, if it hurts, just go to swimming or something like that.
Yeah.
Do a couple laps.
Yeah.
So I know I cut a lot of weight one time swimming.
Um.
How many followers do we have right
3. Yeah. It doesn't. It doesn't. Twitch doesn't allow us to see who is watching us anymore. So the only time that we know who is watching is if they comment in the chat.
Oh, okay.
But
So yeah, what was I saying?
but yeah.
Yeah, the Open. The Open, yeah. That's good. Apparently that's an amazing show apparently.
Oh,
For like a lot of white belts and stuff like that.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm like Masters 3 now at IBJJF.
Yeah. Yeah.
um
I might do it, but I'm not gonna do the adults again, man. That was wild. That was wild.
yeah. Now I have to give you credit because you did pretty good for
Yeah.
that.
So, yeah. Apparently, it's a big deal when you do adults. So, ladies and gentlemen, I made a mistake when I did my grappling industries in Maryland a couple months ago. Sorry. I registered wrong. I registered adults when I was supposed to register masters or whatever white belt. Ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you that these boys, and I mean boys because I was the oldest Bama there and the smallest Bama there. When I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that these boys were titans, were huge, were massive, were houses, man. And I came in third, so I kind of feel proud of myself for that. And I don't know, I might do it again because I'm crazy like that, but we'll see. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, dude. I think I'd do that if I didn't have a choice, but that would suck. I would get annihilated.
Yeah, there was one dude, man. Whew, he looked like a linebacker. He came in second, sadly, because the guy that won, he was just a big old. He must have been 400 pounds. I promise you, he was. But the guy that came in second, man, he was like a linebacker, dude. And he you know how they hold you in the back of the gi and try to yank you down, doing this, man. When he did that, my bones rattled. I was like, good lord. And I was like, nope, we ain't going down. And then I took him down, and he pulled guard. No, he didn't pull guard. He pulled guard pretty much and wrapped his legs around me, and then was trying to go for a arm bar. No, a triangle, which I should have just spun him, but I couldn't hear him with them big ass thighs in my ears, and I lost that one.
Pause.
But,
Pause.
I'm pausing.
No,
Why am I pausing?
No, it's an old joke from what's that cartoon? The Boondocks.
Boondocks wasn't my favorite that much. I know a lot of people watched it, but that wasn't my thing. But anyways,
So going back to a point that I was asking, like when you were competing in that competition, did you feel like anyone in your bracket may have had experience in another grappling art that maybe gave them an advantage?
no, not in mine. At least not in mine.
That's lucky, because
Yeah.
the second blue belt comp that I did, there was a former D1 wrestler that just turned 30, a judo black belt who was tossing everybody like they were children, and then there was a amateur MMA fighter who had been a blue belt for like 6 or 7 years.
I mean, if people were, which I didn't know, if they were, I was so confident in Master Sugi's jiu-jitsu and his training that I didn't really have to worry about that.
Yeah.
It was just the strength and my forearms.
Mm-hmm.
My forearms were on fire.
Yeah, dude.
Me and Master Sugi were talking about that. He's like, just you don't have to squeeze as hard. You just gotta
hold him,
relax and just whatever.
Yeah, just hold him a little bit. But did you ever watch wrestling? Do you remember a wrestler named Goldberg?
Oh yeah, no, I think when did I stop watch wrestling? I used to like wrestling, but I really stopped. Well, I stopped because this little punk, when I was young, I was like, wrestling's fake. I was like, nah. And then I started, they did it on MTV that some of the stuff was fake.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I stopped when The Rock came around.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was just beginning or in the mid of his career, and then I just stopped. It just became yuck.
So the reason why I ask is because the wrestler in that blue belt bracket that I did the second time,
yeah,
I hit him with a butterfly sweep, and he hit the ground, and then he immediately popped up and just speared the right side of my leg, like near the knee. So it's just bam. So then I got him into a butterfly sweep again, and he did the same thing. He popped up and speared that same spot on my knee. I call it the Obi-Wan Kenobi technique, because he just hit the same spot over and over again, to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm rethinking this whole entire thing. I couldn't walk straight. Like when my second match came up, I was like, okay. But my second opponent was the amateur MMA guy. So yeah, just everything just went kind of downhill.
Oh boy, yeah.
But it was, it was fun. Like, I just kind of wish that guy didn't destroy my knee before my second match.
Yeah. I mean, stuff happens.
Yeah, but I feel you on being with the big boys though. Ultra heavyweight is not an easy bracket to be in.
No, it's not.
So
I would do it again. I think I would do it again. I wouldn't be so nervous this time. Once I got my butterflies out, I was okay. There's just something about, I don't know, Master Sugi has an accent and all that stuff, but there's just something about his voice, man. It just builds you. It's one, it's soothing. Two, it builds confidence, man. Because it was my last match, and it was this, and if it was my last match. If I didn't win this one, I wasn't placing. So Dapka was there, and I smacked him. I was like, we got this, bud. He goes, yeah, we got this. I was like, all right. I was doing okay. And I got him down, and out of nowhere, man, no, I didn't take him down. I was going, and I was on top, and I was trying to feel him out, and out of nowhere, I just heard, okay, Frankie, we got this. Man, like this big old wave of relief and like power just came over there. And so I started hopping around. I was like, all right, let's get loose. It's like Masasugi's right here in my corner. I just gotta listen to him and we're good. And sure enough, bam. With him right there on your side, man, it's the best feeling. It's like, okay, I got my shield, I got my spear. He's it's right here. That's Masasugi right there. When you're rolling around in competition like that, and you hear that man's voice, it's just the most. It's like hearing an angel.
No, it is. It is. You know, I did a no-gi sub-only comp with them, and you know, I think it was still a white belt, and I got my first submission that day, and I was freaking out because the guy I was squaring off against, like I kind of panicked for a split second because he try to do a double leg on me. I heard Tom sprawl, sprawl. I was like, okay, sprawled. I'm like, oh, that was easy. And then, you know, all my butterflies were gone. I was like, that's what's up. Yeah.
Yeah. But there was some other stuff that I wanted to mention tonight, man, and I just forgot. I gotta write things down so I can.
I mean, I write things down.
Yeah, but I just think through things sometimes and just forget to mention it, or I gotta start writing things down a lot. What's wrong? Who's saying? Some people talking smack, huh?
No, I actually just show the folks on Twitch that my little notepad note thing of things to talk about.
Can you pull up my picture on there and show the people the size difference of these people in that I competed with?
I'll do it next time. Like I want to make sure that the audio doesn't cut out when we share anymore.
God, Thomas, get yourself together. You need a soundboard or whatever it is.
I think I could just hire Will to do it. I don't know.
Yeah, Will's savvy like that. I'm pretty sure he's been through some trial and errors and stuff like that.
It's true. All right, Frankie, we're coming up on an hour, and
That's fine.
I have to do chores before going to sleep.
Yeah.
Final thoughts. Go for it.
Patience, respect, and love everybody, man. Love each other, man. Learn from your mistakes. Learn from your failures.
Hey Frankie.
And yeah.
Bella and me said, haha, you guys are getting old. That's why.
Anyways, back to my motivational ending here, which got ruined by whatever our Twitch person was. Yeah, guys, you know, show love, respect each other, learn from your failures, try to fix them. We're not perfect, we're human. God made us imperfect to learn perfect, I guess, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it. What about you?
Learn to fail. That's my final thought.
No, God. Okay.
Also,
all right, let's go
also,
on,
I need rum.
Yes.
All right, folks. Thanks for watching. We're gonna get out of here so I can not live in a pigsty. So we'll catch y'all next Friday, maybe next Saturday, depending on how we feel. We streamed this Saturday because of things happening yesterday. But either way, we will catch y'all later, and have a good night. Bye.